So it has finally happened. This is something that we've talked about here in the Fairbanks area for quite some time, that the borough was talking about allowing anonymous complaints, meaning that you don't have to have any standing in an issue. If your neighbor is polluting your backyard, obviously what most people would do is go and talk to your neighbor, say, knock, hey neighbor, you're dumping dog poo into my yard. Can we talk about that? Or, hey neighbor, your smoke is coming right into my kitchen. Can we talk about that? Instead, now they are actively encouraging people, just call the borough and we'll take care of it. So in other words, you don't have to act like a grown-up and go and talk to anybody. You can just call the borough. And now what's so beautiful about this is that because you don't have to have any standing, it doesn't have to be your neighbor. It can be, hey, I was driving by and I noticed that somebody was producing an awful lot of smoke out of his wood stove. It really looked polluting. I'm pretty sure that he's violating the borough code. Or, you know what, it could be that person has too many cars in his yard. I really think that there are too many cars in that yard. You need to take a look at it. And because the borough has passed this ordinance and has made it law as far as the borough is concerned, they are required to look at it. Now, in the past, I've advocated for things like, well, let's use it against them. Let's do anonymous complaints on the borough assembly themselves, on the assembly members, on the person who wrote the ordinance. I've changed my mind. I think that the best thing we can possibly do is not participate in this foolishness. Think about this for just a moment. Where did the Stasi in East Germany get their power? It was from people reporting their neighbors. Where did the KGB get their power in Soviet Russia? It was from people calling up and reporting their neighbors. This goes all the way back. This goes back before modern times. We don't even have to talk about communists and Nazis. We can talk about the king's men. We can talk about how for eons tyrants have used citizens reporting on each other to preserve their own power, especially using people's petty neighbor arguments. These little things that should be settled with a beer and a handshake. Instead, you're hauled before the king's court and you lose your land. Why? Because in order for the king to keep his power, he has to have people giving him that power. You want to fight this? Don't participate. That's my 2 cents. I hope you get where I'm coming from on this. And at some point, as soon as we have the phone lines open, which should be soon, it looks like I actually got the phone today and the adapter. Now it's just a matter of getting the line in here. We will talk about this. I'd like to hear what you think. I'd like to hear your comments below, or email me, steve@radiofreespeech.com. Tell me what you think about this idea of anonymous complaints and how you think it ought to be handled. My personal view, do not participate. Don't call the borough to report on your neighbors. And if you know of somebody who is reporting on your neighbors, why don't you do the right thing and go over there and, hey, let's put on our big boy pants. Let's have a talk. That's my 2 cents. Hope you like it. Whether you do or not, I want to encourage some participation. And hopefully soon, as I said, we will have our phone lines up and we'll talk about this together. RadioFreeSpeech.com. Tell all your friends.